CBS News is inside Iran.
It's taken us about 15 hours to get here.
We're the first American broadcast network to report from Tehran since the U.S. strike.
And did the attack knock out Iran's nuclear program?
From CBS News headquarters in New York, this is the CBS Evening News.
Good evening, I'm John Dickerson.
I'm Maurice Dubois.
President Trump is sticking to his assessment that U.S. strikes, in his word of choice, obliterated Iran's nuclear weapons program.
Other assessments are coming in to describe the extent of the damage. For now, there is no consensus. United Nations inspectors are hoping to visit the bomb facilities soon.
The president, at a NATO summit in the Netherlands, said that U.S. and Iranian officials will talk next week.
Our Imtiaz Tyab arrived in Tehran today. We'll check in with him in just a moment.
But Ed O'Keefe is traveling with the president, and he leads off our coverage from the Netherlands. Ed?
John, we counted, and the president and defense secretary today used that term obliterated at least 8 times when describing the attacks on Iran's nuclear program. Initial intelligence assessments refute that claim, so other top administration officials today began releasing other intelligence reports that back up the president's views. The tenuous ceasefire still holds, and President Trump says he's still open to talking to Iran about their nuclear program.
We're going to talk to them next week with Iran. We may sign an agreement. I don't know. To me, I don't think it's that necessary.
That indifference follows weeks of pressure by Trump to seal an agreement. Now he thinks it's unnecessary because of the weekend strikes he called spectacular.
We blew it up. It's blown up to kingdom come.
But that conclusion was disputed by the Pentagon's own intelligence agency, whose preliminary assessment, leaked Tuesday, concludes the attacks on the Fordow enrichment facility set back Iran's nuclear ambitions just months.
To try to hurt
that leak infuriated the administration, and by this afternoon, the president's national intelligence director, Tulsi Gabbard, had a new assessment. All 3 nuclear facilities, including Fordow, have been destroyed, and rebuilding would likely take years to do. Senate Intelligence Committee Vice Chairman Mark Warner says the administration must provide evidence.
Our history is full of efforts to either manipulate intelligence, or when the few cases where we ignore it, we do it at our own peril.
There are also concerns about the status of Iran's enriched uranium stockpile. 900 pounds has gone missing, according to the International Atomic Energy Agency. Satellite images showed trucks lined up outside Fordow before the strikes. Trump disputed claims by Iran that they'd successfully moved it.
We think we hit them so hard and so fast they didn't get to move.
Despite mounting evidence the operations might not have been the complete success he touts, the president believes his decision to attack will bring peace.
You believe the conflict between Israel and Iran is over. What makes you so confident it is? And what do you do if it isn't?
Because I dealt with both, and they're both tired, exhausted. They fought very, very hard and very viciously, very violently, and they were both satisfied to go home and get out.
And Ed, we were all struck by this today when the president said, quote, "When I came here, it was something I'm supposed to be doing, but I left here a little bit differently. It's a whole different tone." So are we to conclude now that he and NATO are on good terms, at least for the moment?
At least for the moment, Maurice. He said he was struck especially when leaders were sharing with him how they're personally concerned about the future of their countries. And he told Ukraine's Volodymyr Zelensky today he may be willing to give or sell that country more Patriot missile batteries to fight Russia. All of it a relief to European leaders who'd been concerned the president was going to find a way out of the alliance. Guys.
Ed O'Keefe traveling with the president. Thank you, Ed.
We turn now to our team in the Iranian capital.
They drove more than 14 hours from Turkey to Tehran. The Iranian government maintains tight control over media and closely monitors foreign journalists.
Imtiaz Tyab takes us inside tonight.
We started our journey from the Turkish-Iranian border at night. A nearly 600-mile trip made longer by checkpoints and bad roads. As day broke, we traveled past vast countryside, arid, rocky, and seemingly endless.
We've already been driving for 10 hours and have another 4 hours ahead of us. The reason we have to drive is because even though there is a ceasefire in place, Iran's airspace remains closed.
But the war has triggered chronic fuel shortages. We saw long lines at gas stations as people waited hours to fill their tanks. When we reached Tehran, we found the city slowly coming back to life. After 12 days of near constant Israeli airstrikes. Last week, President Trump urged the entire city, roughly the same population of New York City, to evacuate. Most remained, and with the ceasefire appearing to hold, some have started to venture out. At Firdos Park, a historic meeting spot for Iranian thinkers and writers, a few of the cafes and restaurants had reopened and attracted students such as Mohammad Razik.
Do you believe the ceasefire will hold?
I hope it's gonna be continue. You know, war, it's not good. My people don't like wars.
Still, life in Tehran remains far from normal.
This metropolis is home to over 9 million people and is the seat of power of the supreme leader, the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who still looms large.
Including at these near-daily rallies by hardline supporters. But Khamenei has continued to remain out of sight. And until he addresses the nation, the Iranians we've spoken to tell us they feel they don't know what might happen next.
Imtiaz, how have the people you've spoken to reflected on the U.S. getting involved in this war?
Well, earlier today, we spoke to a woman who didn't want to give us her name, and she told us that she frankly didn't trust any politician, Iranian or American. But she said that she wanted to, in her words, have a frank conversation with President Trump, while acknowledging speaking out in Iran can often have serious repercussions.
Imtiaz, I'm wondering what your observations are of the city, how it looks to you today, especially compared to your visits there in the past.
Well, the last time I was here in Tehran was around 5 years ago, and the difference couldn't be more stark. Despite being globally isolated and under heavy sanctions, this is a very cosmopolitan and vibrant city. But most businesses remain shuttered, and the sense of nervousness is palpable. Now, as for destruction, we need government permission to visit areas that have been damaged in those Israeli strikes, something we have yet to be given.
Imtiaz Tyab in Tehran tonight. Thanks so much.